Hi to everybody and their neighbor. Welcome back to Gear and Gigs. I'm Jed Stone. I'm your host. You know it. You've been here before. With me, I have, well, you know, you've seen the thumbnail. You know it's Reggie. He's trying to guess another bass. What do you think? Guess the bass, the sequel.
Oh,
no. He's happy to be here.
Right?
I'm sorry. Reg, how you doing?
I'm great, Jed, and I'm happy to be here, but 0 for 1, buddy.
Well, it had to go one way or the other after one, so, you know, that's not so bad.
Gosh
now,
darn,
if you went 0 for 2, that would just be humiliating.
I got some good questions this time, though. I'm going to hit you with some hard ones.
Well, okay, that's fine. I'm ready for my questions. All right, but as always, your goal, should you choose to accept, is to guess the bass in my hands. I hold it. Here it is. I'm gripping it. It's 3D, and you will see it when you guess it. I can tell you anything you like about it within reason, but we try to keep things to a basic answer, not needing a lot of explanation, of course. And I will play in any method that you like, with any pickup and or tone, volume, playing position, style, whatever you like, whatever it would help you to guess. And I understand from your agent that you wished for some negotiation on the rules of the game. Is that correct?
Well, I'll tell you. Okay, so I actually watched the last episode just to relive the horror of it all.
Right, sure.
And I found myself yelling at me for, ask him this, right? So it's like in the stress of the trying to get it in 20 questions, and it's harder than it seems. Some of the questions I asked, some of the questions I didn't ask, and I'm not saying that had I asked them, I would have guessed. I'm just saying they would have been better questions.
Right,
so,
I get you.
So I'm hoping to have some better ones, but I'm also hoping to maybe have a few more than the last time.
I see.
Like 5 more, 25 questions.
25 questions. All right, 25 questions it is.
Because that gives me a couple of blow-off questions then. Like question number 1.
Okay, wait, hang on. Okay, so let me just make sure I got volume here. Hang on. Let's see, where am I?
Am I going to hear it before I start asking questions?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
That's what I thought. Going cold, which is what I was expecting.
All right. Oh, by the way, the chain, just so you know what the chain is.
Oh, yeah, please.
That's fair. You shouldn't waste a question on that. Is the SVT2P preamp.
They're very nice.
Into the ISA1 Focusrite preamp, mic preamp, what we're using as an instrument preamp, and into the Digico for A to D, and that's it.
Beautiful. All right, you tell me when you're ready, because
I'm ready. You go ahead. You go right ahead.
Question number 1, and this is one of those that why I wanted 5 extras, and this is a question you may not think is a good question, but what color is the bass?
Ow. Red, because I'm bleeding on it now. No. Wow. It's a 2-color burst. Outside color would be black. Inside color is kind of a beige.
Interesting. Okay. All right, question 2. May I just hear a little noodling around on it?
Okay, with a pick or fingers?
Fingers.
Okay. How's the volume on that?
Sounds good.
Does it need to be any louder?
Nah, that's good. Okay.
Okay, I'll turn off my mic here, because otherwise you're hearing finger snap.
Okay. Question 3. Is this bass based on a Fender design?
No.
Okay. So
That's
I'm
a
gonna
big one.
this is gonna
That's a
be
big one.
that it is. So this is gonna be kind of a throwaway follow up to that, but is it a unique original design?
As far as I know.
Okay. Construction, neck through, bolt on, set neck.
This is
What we
question
got?
5, is it correct?
Yes.
It is a bolt-on.
Bolt on, okay. Bolt on. A weird kind of burst. Tan to black. No kind of fender. Um, okay. Next question. Single coils, humbucking pickups, combination, how many? Is that one question? Just tell me about the pickups.
Single coils, 2.
Two single coils, kind of J style, sort of. All right. And then active or passive?
Passive.
Passive.
Wait, what question is that? Is that 7? That was 7, right?
At least.
Yeah, that was 7.
Yeah, don't you have a scoreboard? Do you have a scoreboard? I can't see.
I do. The audience can see it, but I can't. So
Okay,
it's
see,
number
I
7.
and I certainly can't at this
Yeah.
stage. Okay, so okay, all right, and it's a how many frets?
24.
24. Okay, so a little bit more moderner. All right, here will be one. I don't know whether this will count as a bonus question because it might be one of those you can't answer because I'm going to be asking for an opinion. Would I know about this bass? Would I know about it?
What do you mean know about it?
Would I be aware that a bass of a certain type that you're holding in your hands exists?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
That's number 9. We're coming up on number 10.
okay.
The old halfway mark, but you know.
Right. That's why the extra 5 was so important. Okay, so all right. Tell you what. Why don't you? How about can you do just a? You don't have to get crazy or funky on it or whatever, but just like a little bit on the A and a D string, a little bit of slappy slap.
Oh, A and D on slappy slap. Like that kind of stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
I went outside the A and D there at the end, obviously.
That's quite good. I just wanted to hear the kind of the higher register with a little slappy on it because I tell you what. I mean, this is not a guess. It's just a comment. I can make comments, right? Can I make a comment?
Comments are free. You're at the halfway mark. You've done 10.
I mean, it has a very deep voice, but it kind of. I mean, it almost does sound like a muffled jazz bass in a sort of way. I don't mean muffled in a bad way. Just a different kind of a different voice to it, but the same kind of feel. You know, the growl.
I could add more treble on the preamp.
Where is it? Okay, here's
It's straight up and down right now on the treble.
Everything's straight up and down. No,
there's
leave it like it is because that's more honest.
Well, there is a graphic in there with the very highest frequency pulled down for noise. So do you want me to put that in? And
Can you just pull the graphic out altogether, or will it add noise?
no, I can pull the graphic out. It'll just change the sound, but I can do that.
Okay, pull the graphic out and give that a go.
I'll probably have to adjust the volume. Hang on.
Deep, thuddy sounding bass. All right. What is this? Question 11 coming up?
Is it correct?
All right. 11 is going to be is the volume and tone control? Is it individual volumes in a single tone, or what's the layout of the control knobs?
2 volume, 2 tone.
Okay, 2 volume, 2 tone, kind of Rickenbackery. It's not. Okay, I'm going to take a. This is. I guess guesses also count as questions, right? So if I guess,
I
wrong,
would, yeah,
I'm not done,
yeah.
right? So if I just took a wild stab at it, and say something like, could it be like one of those bolt-on Rickenbacker type bases that they don't make anymore?
It is not.
Okay, all right, just
So that was number 12, I believe.
because those kind of had that weird somewhere between a P bass and J bass sound.
Sure.
They didn't sound like a 4001 or 4003 or whatever, but
I would typically play this bass with a pick,
okay,
and you haven't heard that yet. So there's a
all
hint.
right. And it's a 4 string, and it doesn't have any drop anything knobs on it or little levers or any of that kind of business.
Is that a question?
That's a question.
It has no fancy drop levers or anything like that. No, and no extended headstocks or anything like
Right. Okay. Normal. Okay. So hey, here's one. The tuner layout, is it 4 on top, 2 on top, 2 on bottom?
It's 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
So that was 14.
That was 14 already. Holy moly! I'm nowhere close. Let me just tell you, nowhere close. This freaking game is hard. It truly is. I mean, those ones where you got 5 seconds to name some crazy whatever, those are hard too, but this is inherently harder. All right, question number 14. May I have a look at it?
Then we have 14. That was question 14.
That was question 14.
I think we're at question 15.
Okay, question 15. May I have a look at the bass?
That would be I'm not even going to count it.
Okay, good, thanks. All right, so are there any graphics on the pick guard or body? Does it have a pick guard?
Well, that's multiple questions.
Okay, okay. Does it have a pick guard?
It does not have a pick guard, although honestly, I would have to look to see if it might have originally. I don't know.
Okay, so it doesn't at this time, but it may.
It does not at this time. I'll tell you what, though. Let me just do a quick research here, and I'll tell you. I think typically, well, what I see is that typically, the reason I don't think of it as having one, and it doesn't, but the reason I don't think of it as having one is apparently a lot of people remove them, but apparently it does come originally with a pick guard.
But a fairly small one, I'm guessing.
Not a full faceplate one, no.
Right. Okay. All right, here we go. Question 16. Shape of the body. Is it slabby? Does it have like
Arch top thing, I mean? No, it's slabby.
It's slabby. Okay. All right. That eliminates quite a few.
That was 16, right? That was 16. Is that
was
correct?
16, yeah. And all I know is it's got a 2 on top, 2 on bottom tuner, individual volume and tone controls. It's a big slab. It's tan with a black kind of tan black burst. It's got 2 single coil pickups. It has and it's a complete mystery to me. So,
Well, luckily, with your negotiation, you still got 9 questions.
I know, and I really appreciate that. And
if you'd like to save your guesses until the end, I'll give you 5 guesses on the end.
After I finish
your questions, you can have, if you don't want to waste a guess.
All right, then for sure, then this is going to be question number 16.
You already did 16.
Okay, 17.
There you go. Nice try.
Question number 17.
Yeah.
Is I just had it. What was it?
I love these shows because I can just be naked for most of them, and nobody
you could
is the wiser.
No, I mean I would know because I can tell by the sound of your voice.
I get a little bit more Barry White when I'm naked, don't I?
Right.
Hey, how about that bass, huh?
Tone changes a little bit, and I think the frequency goes up just a tad.
24 fret, 2 pickup, huh?
24 fret bolt on slab body. What's getting me at this point is the 2 up and 2 down tuners, because it's like that kind of opened a different door for me, and I was going to go down a whole different sort of see if I could narrow in like a Spectre or a Warwick or something like that. But now I'm thinking more like.
What question was this? Did you do 17?
No, I haven't done 17 yet. I thought I had 17. I did, and then we started talking about something else, and I forgot what it was. Which is
it was my Barry White sexy voice.
It was the Barry White voice. It's like, oh my god, I don't even remember my question anymore. And it was genius. It was going to be it was going to be a.
And now we're going to transition to a show where he just talks in that voice.
Okay. Are there any famous players who are known for playing the bass?
Oh God, probably, but honestly, I don't know. I probably should.
So it's not. It wouldn't be obvious.
I don't know
if it was.
It's not a Geddy Lee signature or anything like that.
Right.
No.
Okay. This is 18 coming up. See if this with the original rules, I'd already be looking for some whiskey or something. I don't even drink
the back door and some whiskey. I found it. Out of here.
Oh heavens to Murgatroyd!
If I leave before the end, I didn't lose.
Right, doesn't count.
You clearly didn't read our default clause in the contract.
19. Okay. What kind of weight is the space? What kind of wood is that? Let me rephrase that. What materials are the body and the neck made of?
Wood, and it's lightweight. I would classify it as rather lightweight.
Maple necks.
This is a rosewood fingerboard. I don't know what the neck is made out of.
Okay, you can't see because it's
That's correct. Is that a question? Or that wasn't a question. You just told me. I just foolishly agreed instead of letting you go on with the assumption.
That's where I tricked you out of it.
You did.
That's what that was. So I learned this from the first episode. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have to be a little more crafty on this because, Did you put the self-proclaimed bass expert?
Oh, I forgot to mention that. Well, in case you're new to the channel or new to this situation, Reggie is, as he just again said, a self-professed bass expert. So
actually,
just to bring home the crushing defeat when he doesn't get the answer. I just wanted to make sure it is official. He has credentials, and therefore he should be able to guess this bass.
And to be clear, that whole thing is nonsense, and I'm not really a bass expert at all.
Self-professed. That's the self-professed part. Anyway, so was that question 19? Was that 19?
19, yes.
So
19. So this is number 20.
This is number 20.
And now we're going to start getting down to the nitty-gritty here.
Yeah, you better start learning something.
I better start figuring something out.
You're going to be yelling at yourself. Think about the things you would yell at yourself later.
I'm gonna go, okay, better than the first time, but you still are stupid. But there's really not much I can do about that. Okay, so number 20. It's lightweight. Do we even know what the body of it's made of? What kind of wood it is?
I have no idea.
Okay, no idea. See, I would just guess from the deep growly tone that it's some kind of mahogany or walnut or something like that, but those would be kind of heavier. So it could be, like alder or something like that, a little lighter. Okay, all right. So, number 20. Have you and I ever had an instrument discussion where the brand of this bass, not the specific thing, but the brand of this bass was in the discussion?
Oh, I gotta believe we have. I would be surprised if we hadn't at some point.
Okay.
I mean, it's possible that we haven't, but I gotta believe that we would have.
All right, I'm gonna use these next 5, the last 5 of my 25, or I guess it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's 5 questions, and I'm gonna start just asking you: is it this brand? Is it this brand? Is it this brand? And then if I can get that down, then maybe I can hone down a model. So,
okay,
is it an Ibanez?
No.
Okay. Is it a Yamaha?
No, and I really can't recommend this method, by the way.
It's not a good method? Okay, did I just throw 2 away?
Well, let's listen.
Okay. All right. Well. So 2 out of my 5. That still gives me 3.
Yeah.
All right. So 23. Oh my God, where to
There's
go?
definitely some narrowing questions that are broader questions that would help you figure it out.
Okay, question number 23. Give me a good question. Let me have to put it in the form of a question, right?
Okay,
Oh,
I will. I'll
okay.
actually do that, but it counts as your 23. But you
Yes.
can't use this
Right.
sneaky, underhanded technique later.
Hey,
I'll
it's
let you
fair enough.
one
That's fair.
one-time pass.
Give me the 1.
All right. I would ask, what scale is it?
I've been thinking about scale too, but if it's 24 frets, it's got to be 34-inch scale. Is it 34-inch scale?
Oh, wrong question.
Is it
No.
35-inch scale?
Is that another question?
No. I guess it was a yes or no, so it's not 34. Okay, is it longer or shorter?
Shorter, and you have one
Short.
question left.
Okay, it's shorter, so it's shorter than 34 scale, but it still has 24 frets. Okay.
Which should tell you what it is.
Should it?
Yeah.
Oh, and then once I know what it is, I'll go, pah.
Yeah.
But see, under the stress, especially like I'm seeing nothing. It's like I could hear it all day. I know what it sounds. I get it. It's a good sounding bass.
You understand your post 25 5 guesses have to be just that, guesses. You can't ask any more questions at that point.
Right. I got you. I got you. Fair. It's fair. All right. So this is 25 then, right? Coming up. This is the last.
This is it. Drum roll, please. No pressure.
No. I feel zilch.
Yeah. It's not like any other bass players are watching this going, oh my God,
No.
why didn't you ask that?
Oh, I know. No, it'll be me. That'll be me. Let me tell all you guys who are yelling at me right now, that's me too. I'm going to be going, you freaking idiot. Why didn't you ask?
Why didn't you ask this?
Because it's real easy when you're not the one that has to come up with the questions.
Right.
And look at a blank screen and not know anything. Well, you're looking at a blank screen too. Well, it's tough for all of us.
Not me. I'm just sitting here naked, so it's awesome.
No, you're doing fine. Everything is just fine. You're having a good time. Okay. Final question.
Yeah, this is it. The drum roll's been going this whole time. That guy's wrists are getting really sore.
What kind of bridge is on this bass?
How do I answer that?
Is that all right? So I guess the question would be: is it a big, massive bridge with a lot of adjustments, or is it something more simple?
Oh, it's definitely something more simple.
Okay, that's the last guess then.
Okay, there you go. Nice. That's the last official question.
Okay.
Ooh, drummer can go home now. He was just burnt. All right.
Okay.
5 guesses. This is it. The big 5. Guess number 1.
Hang on 1 second, because I need to go get my phone and Google hand black burst basses.
Well, let's go over what you know. All right. What do you know about it?
I know
24 fret.
it's a lightweight bass with a slab body. It has a pretty standard bass bridge, 2 single coil.
Do we know you have a standard bass bridge, or do we?
Well,
know that
it's no fancy big mass.
There you
hollow.
go. All right, thank you.
It's a simplified, something simple. Individual volume and tone controls per pickup, 24 fret neck with a shorter than 34-inch scale, tuners 2 and 2, and it's a bolt-on.
And a brand you would know.
And a brand that I would know, and although.
And it's not a Fender-derived bass.
And it's not a Fender-derived bass. It's something of its own thing, and I can eliminate. There's a lot of things that I can pretty much eliminate and know. Well, it ain't this, ain't this, ain't this, ain't this. But now trying to figure out what it actually is.
I'll tell you the significant information that you've learned. The really significant things that you've learned are. The bridge is simpler. It's 2-on-2. It's short scale, 24 fret, and it's tan and black. That is enough to almost guess.
Guess number 1.
Okay.
Is it a Hofner?
No. I'll give you a good, interesting guess.
Yeah,
Though.
and that's
Interesting
it's not.
guess.
Yeah, it's not. It came to me, but it's
Sure.
like
No,
then
it's fine,
then
it's
after
fine.
I asked it, it's like
It's only
it couldn't be
20%
just-
of your
wouldn't be a
guesses.
slab body, it'd be a hollow body.
Yeah, that's only 20% of your guesses. Just
Yeah.
throw them away. Hang on, let's listen to that hit the oh, there it goes. Oh, I'm so sorry. All right, 4
They're so
guesses
mean
left.
to me. So mean to me. Okay, is it a?
Guess number 2.
Guess number 2, baby.
That was more Elvis than Barry White. I'm so sorry.
I'm looking around the room for any
Everyone,
kind of
Barry,
musical
Elvis.
pictures of any kind.
It's,
Or like flipping through old bass player magazines. My God, Jet, this is like insanely difficult.
I wonder how many people out there actually know it.
They are. There's probably 1,000 of people that are just like,
like,
it's a freaking whatever, you stupid jerk. You're no bass expert, you idiot. I know I'm not. I never said I was. It was that
But
dude.
the seal is right there. It just popped up again.
Yeah, there you go.
That thing.
There's no
Yeah.
win.
You
This
can
is
do
going to
it.
be
You
over
can
two.
do it.
I already sense an 0 for 2 coming up. So, I mean, I don't even know what to throw out there right now because it's so. And as a disclaimer, I haven't really been actively like online looking at gear the last few years. I really haven't. And if I have, it's been synthesizers or pedals,
Right.
and not much else. Haven't really looked at basses and.
So I would call the color, Fender's Antigua.
Yes.
I would. It's very Antiguish. Is that a word? Antiguish.
It is, and it's like, oh my God! And I've seen basses that have that color. It's like, oh my God, who does those?
But it's not Fender derived.
But it's not Fender derived, right? It's just the color. I mean, it wouldn't, obviously with 2 up and 2 down, that's going to blow it right there. Although the rest of it, you could.
I'm going to play it with a pick while you think about it.
Is it a wall?
No, it is not a wall.
Not a wall.
No, man, 2 down. Two down, 3 to go. Guess number 3.
I never asked what the shape of the body was. There's a stupid one. And I think I missed question 19.
You did.
I think I missed. Yeah, I think we skipped over 19. I think we went from 18 to 20.
Okay, I'll give you another question. Sure.
Okay. What shape is the body? Double cutaway, kind of what?
It is a double cutaway.
Okay. 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 All right.
Back to guess number 3.
Guess number 3. We're gonna go.
Man, you are pulling out all the sneaky little bonuses and extras.
Man,
Constantly.
I know, and even with the extra help, it doesn't really make it that much easier. And that's really the sad thing. It's like you could try, it doesn't matter.
Some people call it shameful. I don't.
I certainly don't. I call it desperate, which is an entirely different thing. I'm not ashamed to be desperate when I'm on this kind of spot where it's like,
Right.
The pressure. And plus, I mean, did you even tell him what I win if I get this? I win the base. Did you tell him I win the base?
Wait.
It's the base, you win it.
Wait a minute. I thought it was the.
I think your base is safe, Jet. I think
it's
it's
the
safe.
Broyhill dinette set. Is
Oh,
actually
yeah,
what I
that's
have
right.
for our winners.
Right, in chrome and formica.
Chrome and formica.
Yes. 1950 style kitchenette.
Oh no, it is from the 50s. It's a actual 50s Broyhill dinette.
Right.
It's new old stock. We've had it
Yes.
waiting for someone to win this game.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay, all right. Guess number 3.
The dramatic pause for a drink.
And here, and now all of a sudden, all the questions that I should have been asking, like where is it made, sort of thing.
I don't know if that would have helped you too much, but
No,
possibly.
probably not. I'm gonna guess it's a Japanese base.
I don't think it is.
Okay. And I know that wouldn't have.
It's not really a guess.
That wouldn't have been a winner anyway, but I'll count it. Counts. So number 4. Here we go. We're getting down to it.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Okay. All right. So shorter scale. 2-1-2. Bolt on neck slap. Okay. All right. It's got to be. How about an EB base? A Gibson EB type base.
Oh, no.
That's my best guess.
That is a pretty good guess, although I've
But
never
I
seen
mean,
one
24
in that
frets.
color.
I don't think they have 24 frets.
They are short scale, but they're not 24.
Yeah,
frets.
2 and 2 and blah blah blah. But you would have known
That's
it was
true.
mahogany. So I mean,
That's true.
but I mean, like I said,
I would venture to say it's definitely not mahogany. I don't.
Yeah, no, not if it's that big and that light.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not. It's so light.
Okay, this is it. Final guess. Final guess. And then actually at this point I'm looking forward to the reveal, regardless of the amount of shame that I will earn for it. Okay? And I'm just gonna say that right up front. It's
Yeah.
like I understand. Because when I watch this, once this is back on the YouTube and I watch it, I'm gonna be cursing at me like I was some sort of idiot that I never met before.
I should have known it by question 5.
And why didn't you ask this? And why didn't you ask that? Which is what I did last time. I'm like, ask him if it were, because you just, it's the pressure. It's the pressure. Yeah. Okay, question or guess, final guess.
Final guess. Your final answer.
Final guess. My final answer. All right, before I give you my final answer.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna cheat. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the stress level here a second and tell you a very quick little story. Now I don't know the names of these people, but I'm gonna use Fred and Wilma, even though those are the Flintstones. I want you to know and anybody else that I'm not talking about the Flintstones. I'm talking about a married couple, Fred and Wilma. So Wilma posted on her Facebook page that her husband Fred forgot their anniversary, and because he forgot the anniversary, she made a statement, knowing that Fred would read this as well as all her friends and everyone else, that she expects something that goes from 0 to 200 in 6 seconds in the driveway the next morning. And so, the next morning comes, and there's this small little wrapped gift on the driveway. So she goes out and opens it up, and it's a bathroom scale. So you like that?
Oh man! Wow.
Final guess. Yeah, Fred, not a good guy. I think he hasn't been seen since, by the way. He's vanished.
Keep going, Fred. She's still pissed.
Wherever you are, go the opposite direction.
Wow.
All right, so final guess. Oh, I'm going to kick myself in the pants. I already know it. This is the other one. The last time.
It has a certain sound, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
See, that's part of the clue.
It's kind of.
It's got a certain
I
sound.
know, and it's not an unfamiliar sound. It's like I've
It's an
heard that
iconic bass.
because it's like. Oh. It's not an Ampeg because they weren't made out of wood, unless they made some out of wood that I'm not aware of. But I think most of them were.
But that's the kind of iconic bass status you should be looking for.
Right.
Is like that. I mean, I'm not saying as good as or anything like that
Right,
necessarily.
but
Everybody's got their own opinions, but
in that lead.
it holds that sort of same thing.
Oh man, Jay, I love you, but I hate you. Man. Okay, because I know no matter how hard I try here, I'm gonna still be annoyed with myself.
I'm going to give you one last hint. When you see it, you're going to look at it and go, "Oh, I should have thought of that, but I never would have thought of that, but I totally should have thought of that."
Right. Okay, last guess. Is it? This is going to be a throwaway guess at this point because now I'm
Right.
I'm feeling too sorry for Fred. I have no idea,
Right.
Poor guy.
Oh, the anticipation is killing me.
Oh, it's killing me too, but it's not anticipation, it's dread. I'm going to give my last guess up and go ahead and throw the towel in right now because I'm afraid my last guess
No, you have to make a guess.
will
You got to
just
make
make
a
it
guess.
worse. It'll
No,
just...
you got to make a guess. You got to make a guess.
Okay, so I should be thinking about those kind of bases. As soon as I see it, I know I'm going to go, oh my God.
You'll
and then-
know it instantly.
and
As soon
the
as you
only
see
thing I
it,
can-
you'll
The only thing
recognize
I
it
can
instantly.
use as a defense at that point is senility. Like, oh, it's just not, I'm coming along in age now, and it's not, the old brain ain't working like it used to, which is true.
The neck has a painted burst on it as well, by the way.
Of course it does. Painted back neck in the same burst. Mm-hmm.
Very simple bridge.
Is it a Mosrite?
Well, I have to let the crowd's disappointment subside for just a moment.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
it's not a Mosrite.
Their disappointment is also my disappointment.
Are you ready for the big reveal?
I certainly am, Ollie.
Oh, you're going to hate yourself.
I already do, so can't be any worse.
All right. First of all, there's the color. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's the headstock.
Okay.
Ooh.
Longhorn.
A
Yeah,
longhorn.
freaking Longhorn.
A freaking longhorn, which 24
Yeah.
fret, short scale, simplest
no.
bridge you can have.
Wouldn't you know what I?
Play it with a pick, right? Like a guitar almost, right? And now that you know it, you hear the sound, you're like, oh, of
I was
course
like,
it's
yeah,
a
because
longhorn.
it's not a P bass, it's not a J bass. It's kind of has this sort of in betweeny sound. It growls, but it's deep. Well,
Longhorn. And
Hey,
super
look.
light. And I don't know what it's made out of. I have no idea what it's made out of. Balsa wood? It's very... I only know it's wood for sure because it's chipped. The paint is chipped here and I can see wood. Otherwise, I'd think it was, Formica.
it's balsa.
It feels balsesque. We are making up words today. Lipstick pickups. You never really asked a lot about the pickups.
Right? Yeah, no, I was just
Lipstick, single coils, and the painted back of the neck, and
Yeah, no.
yeah.
Any real bass expert would have got that inside the 20 question.
Well,
Let me just say, any
your
real
credentials
bass
are
expert-
sketchy.
My credentials are non-existent.
Hey, there's the studio cat
Studio Cat, he loves it.
wandering through. Came in to berate you for your
Pretty good synth player too, I have to say.
He's jazz cat, I think, right? Isn't he?
He is very jazzy.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And you didn't ask much about the controls, but concentric, unusual, and of course we've had that before, causing some problems. So I thought that might be some interest, but we passed right past that.
But it's individual, but in volume and tone. So yeah.
And
there's a host of questions that I should have asked that if I were just a viewer and not a participant, that I would have been yelling at the guy at the screen to ask. But being the guy on the screen, it's a whole different game. Well,
now, I got lucky because on this one, the
0 for 2, by the way. 0 for 2.
That's true. The paper that would normally go around the whole outside as part of the look has come off on this one everywhere except right there. So I was able to say it was black on the outside rather than black with a white. If I had set up with a white papery strip, that might have given it away pretty early.
I've been looking at some kind of Dan Electro stuff.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, Dan Electro. That would have been a tough one to guess pretty early, but I thought maybe you would have zeroed in on the short scale, 24 frets. That limits it quite a bit. And I thought maybe the pickups you'd get into the pickups, and as soon as I had to admit they were, silver tubes or lipstick or any giveaway because as soon as I got to that, what else would you get?
No, of course. And I'll remember that next time we're doing a bass. It's like, I'll go deeper than just, is it a single coil? Is it like, okay, it's a single coil. Okay, well, is it a P90 style pickup? Is it a lipstick pickup?
There it is. And it's a kind of a cool little bass, very thin neck. It's a lot of fun to play. I like the sound of it, actually. It cuts through real nice.
Yeah, it's a very growly, deep bass. It's not.
It is much deeper than you'd think.
Yeah, it has. It's a very for a couple of times. It's like, man, has it got 5 strings? But if it had 2 and 2, it couldn't have 5.
Is that?
I got the math down anyway.
Yeah. He'll do better next time, folks.
Yeah, right. No, I mean, tune in next time he does this. Tune in to watch me go 0 for 3, because that's essentially where we're headed.
He's going to get one of these. You watch. Actually, if he gets one, I just won't air that episode.
Right, exactly. You put that one aside and go, oh, no, we had some problem with the time.
Technical.
There was a timing issue with the audio. I couldn't use it. I had to scrap the whole thing.
There was a cat kept coming in and yelling at the screen. He's really, he feels like he's got things to say. What? My goodness. Wow.
I'll give him this. All the wires in the studio are obviously against the walls. There's nothing on the floor, just trip over or whatever. And he can go back there and zippity-doo around all the stands and jump over power supplies and you wouldn't believe, right? Like, just no
respectful
tripping,
of the gear. It's very nice.
Jazz
cats are often like
no
that.
stepping on power switches, stuff like that.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice.
Because everything but the laptop would go down. The whole room would go down except for the laptop.
Oh, you should have taught him to do that. You could have gotten out of the last couple of questions.
I could have. It could have been
time to just write.
Difficulties, right? Well, there's always editing, right? We can always edit the lose part out.
Back in post.
Yeah. No, yeah, tune in next time, folks, when I go 0 for 3 on Guess the Bass.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. We sure appreciate it. Hope you had fun guessing. Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I don't think I've ever said that before, but hit the notification bell so you can find out when the newest episode of Reggie Guesses the Bass.
Right. Yeah, you were right the first time. Let's be honest. It is fun, though. I will say I do enjoy it because it's like, remember back in the old days when it'd be, I would come to the studio, right? And then you'd go, door would be closed and you go, okay, close your eyes. And I didn't have to guess anything. I just went, oh, wow, check that. You would just reveal some piece of gear.
Easier.
Remember that? That was so easy. Yeah, I would look at it and go, oh my God, hey, whatever. Can I play it? Right, yeah. Way easier.
Nobody else got the enjoyment out of it that way.
Yeah, that's true.
This is for everybody.
I used to love that. That was one of my favorite things.
Well, it's before you were a self-professed bass expert, but these days, things have changed.
And my cred is in the toilet.
His gigs as bass expert are starting to dry up.
Yeah. I don't get those calls anymore.
Yeah. Well, who can blame them? But thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you next time on Gear and Gigs. Tell a friend, and we'll see you later. Take care.